my name is Lizzie. Each week I'm bringing along a different origami fold in support of giving ourselves time for self-care. And I think you'll find when you get folding, you'll forget everything else, and that's such a powerful tool. And you can make things that are beautiful that you can not only have enjoyed making, but also they continue to lift your spirits as well. Now, I made this actually maybe about 10 years ago almost now. It's called a Kusudama, a Japanese word, and it literally means a medicine ball. And they are balls of flowers and could be used to, I guess, a little bit like we have pomandas in the past here. The idea that something that smells beautiful could somehow ward off evil diseases. So also, I think if you're given a ball of flowers, it just makes you feel better anyway. So yeah, so this is a beautiful traditional fold, and I have seen this in Japan as well. You can look at individual flowers or they can be stuck together. So as with actually a lot of Japanese origami, it can involve glue, and that's needed in this case. So I would recommend that you grab yourself obviously some paper, but also if you can grab some paper clips and some glue. I recommend PVA glue. Pritt stick isn't very strong, so I would use PVA. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make an individual flower, which is made of 5 little pieces of paper. And then if you make one flower, it will involve patience. You need to let that dry. Once it's dried, maybe overnight. If you make 12 of these, then you can stick them together to form a complete ball. I also glued in, as you can see, some string in there, and this could be something that you could hang up. Mine's actually just sitting by my desk, and it's just such a beautiful thing. So this has been a long time since I've done this, and I'm just so delighted to be reminded of its beauty, and I hope this will lift your spirits. So I learnt this from a lovely book that I was given by a friend, Origami Therapy book, and it's just really lovely. Photos I find really clear. So grab some paper. We're going to make 5 little pieces of paper. Obviously I would recommend, as I have done, I found lots of different coloured pieces of paper, so later on I was able to make 12 different coloured flowers and stick them together. But let's see how to make it. So grab a board. These films are all dedicated to my colleagues at UCH Hospital in London, and to staff and to patients. Take some time out for yourself. It's important for it will help with your resilience. So here I have A4 paper, it could be letter paper, and I'm simply folding it in half, like so. A good strong fold. And I'm going to make a square first of all. And then from the square, I'll split that up into 4, do the tiny neck. So if you have origami paper, it's very likely to be a similar size, 15 by 15 centimetres. In which case, take one piece and divide it up into 4. But you'll actually need 5 pieces, so you'll have to get 2 pieces of origami paper, as we're going to have to do here. I will just show you really on a couple of pieces of paper. We're not going to do the whole thing, but you'll get the idea. I hope this can be a really beautiful project for you. Pick that off. There we go. So I'm going to take a piece of paper and simply divide it in half. As you can see, I've enjoyed not even needing scissors. Good strong fold, and then you should be able to simply divide it in half. Right, fold it in half again. And this is a very calming, soothing thing to do. So I think you could do this maybe over a few evenings. Just gently getting there, knowing that you'll make yourself a gorgeous ball of flowers. And of course, cherry blossom is seen as such a beautiful flower, very transient. But with this origami, it's not transient. My flowers, as I said, may be about 10 years old, and they still look gorgeous. Right, I need to make a 5th one, I'm afraid, so we're going to have to get into another piece of paper here. Go. And then we'll see how to folding. Folding is quite simple, but you do need your glue as well. So I think it's well worth it. I'm simply folding in half. So I will have 5 little pieces of paper. And overall, you'll want to make 12 flowers if you want to make a ball. That's the right number. I guess it's an icosahedron, but it comes together. Right, so your piece of paper, if it was origami paper, then this would be the white side, and simply fold it in half like so to make a little triangle. So our next step is take a corner and fold it up to the top like so. And then take the other corner and fold that up to the top as well. There we go. And the wonderful thing I think about this sort of slightly repetitive origami is it's a little bit of a challenge at first, but then after a while you just really get into it and you'll just find yourself doing it. It's a very calming activity and you've got something really lovely that will emerge from it as well. So I'm going to take this sort of inside flap and I'm going to fold it out so it meets that outside line, but make sure you do it nice and carefully from the tip there. There we go. I can almost imagine it's becoming a flower, can't you? So I'm going to take again this tip there and I'm folding it back along the line. Very nice, like so. Oh, make sure it's nice and accurate. This is the joys of doing it to the camera. It's good to be accurate if you can. So, what if you undo one of these that you folded, and I just want you to put your finger into that area of folding and then bring it inwards and it will flatten down like so. Let's do that again. So I sort of undone that a bit. I'm putting my finger in there and then I guess I'm putting my finger in there and squashing it down. So I'm not adding any extra lines, all the lines are already there. Hopefully it just squashes down like that. That's it. And wondering how accurate that is, I'm just doing my best. That's it. So the bits that stick out here, I just want you to take that tip and fold it inwards. And this will add an extra lovely inside to your flower. Again, the same with this one. So it should be looking like this. Great. And then our almost last step is to take this and fold it inwards. Like so. And the same on this other side, folding that inwards. Like so. Right, you've pretty much now got your little unit. The next thing you need to do is get your glue ready. And also maybe paper clip too. I've got some paper clips, I've got my glue. So for the gluing, if you add a little bit of glue along just one of these sides, there we go. I think PVA, as I said, I do think PVA is the best thing. I know this isn't quite as purist, but it is very much traditional Japanese thing. So I'm going to turn this and it's going to stick onto this one. So it turns round there. Now you could sit there holding it, but I would recommend getting yourself a paper clip somewhere or other and popping it in that sort of middle bit there. So you're leaving these other sides free, but oh, lots of concentration needed for this. There we go. Oh, I can almost find myself holding my breath. So I have done that, so it's holding it together in the middle there. There we go. And I guess it's kind of a nice, sharply coming together on this side and nice and rounded there. It's like a little cone. And you can see inside you've got these lovely, lovely little effects there too. So let's do one more, and then the idea is you take those, you need to do 5, then you'll be able to stick them together and it will come together to form a flower. You continue to make a flower. I would let it then dry overnight, and then after that you can start to assemble your Kusudama. So it's definitely, I'd say, a few days project, a really nice few days though. Right, let's do a second one. So you take your piece and you fold it in half, and you can take the bottom corner, bring it up to the top, and it's a really nice little relaxing sequence of steps, I think. And then taking the other corner, bringing it up to the top like so, and then taking the inside and folding it to the outside. There we go, forming this gorgeous sort of wide open shape. Again, this inside to this outside line, like so. Lovely. And you've made those lines, so if you undo this, put your finger in and then squash it down, forms that lovely shape. Same with the other side. So taking that, undoing it, putting your finger in, squashing it like so, and then lovely shape. Could almost be a flower already. Taking the bits that stick up and folding it down inwards, and the same on the other side, folding it down inwards, and then sort of just going along the lines that you've already got, bringing it in. It's adding this lovely effect to the petals inside, bringing it in like so. There we go. And again, we'll add some glue to just one of these sides, and then you curve it round and it will start to form the inside petal. See, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue there. And I don't think you need to see me do this 5 times. But you may possibly want to leave things to dry first before you glue all the 5 together. So it's a real sort of step process, isn't it? But I think really nice. So I'm curving this round until it touches the other one. Oh, I should have got a paper clip ready already, but let's find a paper clip. Okay. And then I'm going to try to give my paper clip for these 2 middle ones. And I think the paper clip's good because it also holds everything in tight. Realising my eyesight isn't quite as brilliant as it used to be. Still pretty good, right. And the paper clip you can also push inwards, so it's really nice and tight. Again, making sure this is nice and closed together there, but this is nice and rounded. And then your next step, you can see how it's like a little cone. You can then put some glue there and stick together. And again, using a paper clip, I would recommend putting a paper clip there, but maybe get all 5 ready together and do all the gluing together in one go, because then you can always reposition. But I would use the paper clips to keep them together to help with the glue. And I guess at the other end you're wanting to make sure that all the little cones come together. So here's one. I made this in a slightly different way, but you can see this one, how it's almost like it's a lovely sort of effect too. So I hope you'll enjoy this. As I said, it's a really nice project, and I hope you can make your own very, very beautiful Kusudama. Maybe hang it up, maybe sit it in the corner, and it will definitely give you a feeling of spring all the year round in a really good way. Happy folding.